So we're here to talk about lane splitting.
Yeah, so I mean, we all know, most people who ride, obviously you've been lane splitting or you've considered it. Initially when I started riding, I was really worried about it, but it's definitely like one of the most efficient ways to not only filter traffic, but also to keep yourself safe and get to your locations a lot faster too.
Safety is a huge thing, right?
For sure.
And being parked in between cars that are stopped is definitely not a safe thing, especially if you have passengers. It's just better to filter through the traffic, hence the reason why people from other states call it filtering, not lane splitting. We're pretty lucky here in California that the law, it makes it legal for us to lane split. It also covers us a little bit, right? I mean, other drivers have to be aware of vehicles coming through.
Yeah.
So
for sure. I mean, and if you're just talking about that, like the point of, when you're filtering, a lot of times you'll have people just creeping into your lane. And, in fact, like California DMV handbook says specifically, if you're in a left-hand lane, you need to be moved to the left-hand side of the lane. If you're in a middle lane, then you need to be on the right side, because we are still part of the lane of traffic, and we are part of the vehicles on the road, and we deserve as much respect as cars do. And a lot of times we know a lot more about the law specifically regarding cars than even people who drive cars do.
Yeah.
I think overall.
The other part that goes into this, right, is there is a safe way to lane split and there's a very unsafe way to lane split.
For sure.
When we talk about lane splitting, we're not talking about going 100 miles per hour in between cars.
Fuck, not even 75, dude.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's a safe way to do it, and that's how it needs to be done. It needs to be done in a manner that you are both cognizant of what's going on around you, and you have that situational awareness to know, where the cars are at beyond the cars that you're going through. So there's things to look for and things to look out for, obviously, but if you're not comfortable on your bike, that also plays into it a little bit too.
Yeah, I mean, I think just a quick overview of basic rules. And I don't work for the DMV and don't work for CHP.
Nope.
But at least, my generalized understanding from motorcycle courses, doing my own research, talking to other riders, I think predominantly the overarching rules are you're not really supposed to be filtering at a rate higher than 45 or 50 miles an hour. I've seen two different figures, so I'm quoting both. But obviously probably smart to go with the lower one, just in case, so you want to fight a cop or something. And then obviously if people are going less than 15 miles an hour slower than 45 or 50, you really aren't supposed to be going more than 15 miles faster than they are. I don't think that one's as hard and fast as the 45-50 rule, because it's more of a subjective evaluation from the cop himself, but I mean, any cop who wants to give you a ticket can write you a ticket for basically anything. Totally. So, but I think those are just basic general rules that I think probably help most people.
For sure. I also think that there's a small factor here into how comfortable you are on your bike. We happen to ride these big old beasts right here. They can be pretty wide.
Not our first bikes either.
A little cumbersome if you're not used to riding them. They both weigh about 900 pounds, almost 1,000 pounds.
The way we ride, it's 1,000.
Yeah, once they're weighed down with everything, it's pretty heavy. So you need to be comfortable on your bike. This isn't something you do if you're uncomfortable riding your bike through tight spaces. And this goes beyond just traffic. This could also be coming to a stoplight. In my opinion, it is extremely safer to take the lane split and get to the front of the lane, especially at a light. And I know that you go to neutral quite a bit, but I stay in first gear just out of the pure, phobia or fear that somebody might come flying through the lane and hit me from behind. No, for me, it's just if I can be in first gear, I know that I have a way out, and I'm constantly on the motorcycle. I'm constantly looking for a way out. So
not that we ride scared.
No.
I think that's just
you just need to be prepared.
Second nature.
It's situational awareness, like I mentioned earlier. So. And we're not trying to preach to you guys. This is strictly just this is a very controversial topic. Some people
outside of California.
Yeah, some people from other states hate that we can. Some people come to the state and they're kind of stoked. Yeah. Some people are scared driving on the freeway and seeing people cut through lanes.
Yep.
So like I said, you got to do it with caution, and you got to do only what you're comfortable doing.
And last thing, I'm sure it's nobody who'd be watching this anyway, but if you're the guy who cuts out in front of people who are filtering and puts people at danger, first off, there's a lot of 4-letter words that I think a lot of people would use to describe you. But that's just so dangerous. I think it's something that, accidents happen, but seeing someone coming up and cutting in front, I'm sure it's happened to all of us at least once.
Yeah.
Happened to you yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Well, no, it's funny. It's funny that you bring that up because in talking about having situational awareness when doing this, there was a time when me and you were on the street. We both had our older bikes, and we lane splitted, and I happened to be behind you when we were splitting.
Yep.
And the guy cut through, and
story you're talking about.
Luckily, he didn't injure me, and he didn't damage my bike, but it ripped his mirror off. So
yeah, it destroyed it. Honestly,
the thing is like, just be aware of your surroundings as a driver. If you're not on a motorcycle, I know that after getting on a motorcycle and riding in the busy California highways and stuff, I am much more cognizant when I'm in the car.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't play on my phone as much as I can.
And I like to lean into my corners too. It helps me lean my car.
Yeah, it definitely digs in. Yeah,
dude, you dig in that front.
The offset
tire.
steering. Yeah. So anyway, so I hope everybody stays safe.
Yeah, for sure.
We kind of want to go over the safer way to do this. I think, in my opinion, you have a horn and you have brights for a reason. I think exhaust. If someone, loud exhaust.
Yeah.
They say loud pipes save lives. Unfortunately, we're both still running stock exhaust. Hopefully that'll change. But sometimes just revving your engine makes all the difference. Make sure that driver knows you're there. That's what we try and do, and definitely if we're both going through, we try to make sure that we make those drivers aware that somebody else is behind us.
Last point, I think, before we turn this into like a 30-minute video. If you're planning on lane splitting, great. Make sure you're doing it safe, and just remember that if the car is coming into your lane, don't continue to do like you would a car and don't assert yourself into that lane.
Yeah.
Just pause, pull back, give them a honk of the horn.
You got brakes for a reason, yeah.
But don't try and skirt through tiny corners, especially when you're talking about bikes like this. I mean, I think even small crotch rockets, we're not really that much wider.
Yeah.
So, if you think you have a pocket, but it seems to be closing, probably not time to be going in that pocket.
Nope. Yeah. So, just stay safe, guys. That's really what we want to talk about. Sure. We want to show you kind of how we do it. Yeah,
and hope you guys join us for more stuff. I mean, we got more things going on. This is just kind of a little intro, and we're gonna see how this goes, and hopefully grow this thing and get you guys
follow
some good
along.
Content.
We'll try and get you guys a weekly video. All right.